Hello, it's me again, Jordan, jpicopinphoto.com, photo school free, where you learn photography for free without having to pay anybody. Okay, this video right here is going to be about digital versus film. Okay, so as far as photography goes, digital and film, there are pros and cons to both. For instance, obvious con to film is the processing. It takes time to process and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that whole thing. It takes time. It costs money, so on and so forth. That's one of the cons to film. Digital is a lot faster. This is my digital SLR. These are my two film SLRs. Digital is a lot faster. Okay, digital, obviously you take the picture, and whether you're shooting in RAW or JPEG, which I shoot in RAW most of the time, so I have to process anyways. But if you're shooting in JPEG, you can take the picture and just basically upload it to your computer, and that's basically it. There's no work you have to do. That's one of the pros for digital. Say if you're doing a job and the customer needs the photographs ASAP, you're going to use a digital camera 90% of the time, or 99.999% of the time. One of the cons, I think, to digital is the fact that it just, to me, and a lot of people have different opinions on this, but to me it takes away from the photograph. It's like, how can I say this? It's like getting a hamburger from McDonald's and getting a hamburger from your favorite hamburger place that you know takes time to pay attention to the details and gets the hamburger just right for you. And that's what I believe is the difference to me between film and digital. It's like I said, it's like having second-rate something. You know what I mean? When you have a photograph, to me, digital is like a second-rate photograph. I mean, but see, the thing is though, with the advances in digital and everything, the quality, the crispness, all that kind of stuff can be enhanced, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. All I'm trying to say is that when I look at a photo, I like the way film looks, and to me, that's what photography is all about. It's about the look, and a lot of people just like the way film looks. It looks different. You know what I mean? It's hard to like really put your finger on it. I mean, there are a few things like contrast, dynamic range, stuff like that. That film usually sharpness and stuff that film excels on a lot of times. But then there are also things like reproduction. You want to produce things. You want to put something through Photoshop, whatever. Blah blah blah. You can shoot in RAW and basically do that without tampering with the photograph at all. So it's like, it depends on what kind of photographer you are. What I do a lot of lifestyle, like just stuff like that, like events, stuff like that. When I use the film camera, because I've never integrated film into my business with doing the photography and everything. But what I think I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to start offering portraits and stuff like that with the film, just because of the way it looks. Okay, so like I said, there's different way. Everybody's different. You might be a digital artist to where your thing is you like taking the digital photographs and you like photoshopping them or whatever, and that's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to say one's right or one's wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion on why I like film photography. So yeah, so like I said, both of them, I first got a digital camera when I started to learn. I got this camera, and I started taking pictures and learning all my settings, my ISO, my shutter speeds, all that kind of stuff. So when I got my film, which was like maybe a week ago, I was prepared to the point where I knew, for instance, like these are fully automatic cameras. So I think this one, the AEI, or the AE1 from Canon, this one has a shutter priority mode, so you can set the shutter And then you can put the aperture on automatic over here like this. See aperture, the button. The aperture on automatic. And by the way, these are dirty cameras because they're old or whatever, so just whatever, get over it. But you can set the aperture to automatic right there and just set the shutter to whatever you want with your film ISO number, and then go from there. But what I do, I always like to shoot fully manual, so I'll take it off the automatic mode and I'll put it on a certain f-stop that I like, which for portraits is usually like 5.6 to get a nice depth of field. So that's the way I do that. This is an Olympus. It's an Olympus OM1, an OM1N, and it has a 50 miller 1.8, which most of these do. And this is fully manual. You can't set the aperture doesn't go to automatic on this. See, this is the aperture ring. It does not go to automatic. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know what the quality is like on this camera, but whatever. So that's that. And set your shutter down here, which I thought was cool. Set your shutter down here on this ring on the. It's like a ring on the lens rather than the up here somewhere. So yeah, I thought that was cool. And then you just wind it, take your photograph. Wind it, take your photograph. So yeah, so that's that. And then that's basically my take on film versus digital. Like I said, there's pros and cons to both, and it's not like you can take one and say this one's worse than the other, because depending on what you do, either one is going to suit you. But do I think film is dead? No, I don't think film is dead, because I think there's a revival coming back in film to the point where people just like the way it looks. You know what I mean? You see a lot of the Lomo stuff, a lot of that kind of stuff. So that's what I believe. I think there's a certain group of people out there, a certain market that just likes the way film looks. So that's why I'm gonna always shoot film. Yeah, that's what I do. I use this one mainly just because it's the digital and it gets the job done, and it's 21st century type of material. And then these two for like I said, like jobs where people aren't as focused on time and stuff like that, and they just want that nice look. You know, I'll be like, yeah, I'll offer film too. So yeah, that's the way that goes. But yep, that's basically it. I got my Olympus OM1, my Sony Alpha 500, my Canon AE1, and it's going down like that. So yeah, that's me. Photo School Free. That's what I do. Digital versus film. See you later.